Hello, welcome to this video tutorial by Blue Ocean Interactive. My name is Piet Nutby, and in this video tutorial I would like to show you how you can work with a blog in your website. So let's go to the blog page in this sample website. And as you can see, this just consists of one article in there. And to me, a blog is more a collection of articles and not so much the full articles, but kind of introduction text of headings of those articles, and then a read more button or a read more link. That reminds me of blog pages. So how can you create that in your website? For that we need to go to the back end of the content management system, and under content, in many cases when you're working in a blog on your website, there will be a certain section or a certain category which is called either blog or latest news, something similar. So when we go to the article manager, as you can see here on the in the article manager, blog number 1 belongs to the section blog and the category blog. And if I want to put a new article in my blog, I need to put it in a certain or in that particular section and category. So let's create a new article, and I will call it blog number 2. And to put it into my blog on my website, I select the section, and with that it will choose the category. If there are more blog categories, you can also select a certain category which they are in, but in this case there's only one category, so it chooses that automatically. I will put in some sample text, as you can see there, and I will click on apply. Let me just correct this here. Click on apply. And when I now go to my blog page, I will see that blog number 2 is now put on top of blog number 1. So here the collection of articles starts. And what is often the case is that the latest article will be shown at the top. So I can do that again. Basically create a new article. I will paste that here again, call that blog number 3. Put it in the correct blog section and check if the category is correct. Make a little space correction there, save it. So this is how you can fill your blog pages, and what I will do is I will even create some more articles by just simply copying them. So now I have 6 articles, and depending on the settings of the blog, it will show in a certain way. So I have blog number 3, blog number 3. So it's showing basically 3 articles, and then it starts to show a more articles part. And also at the bottom I can see that I now have a certain pagination, so I can see that I have more blog pages, and this can go on endlessly, and you can create hundreds of articles that way. But again, it's not a good overview of a blog. So how could we change that? And we can do that by, for instance, let's start with blog number 3, with the use of so-called read more. So we can say, like, I want this part of the article to be shown, and the rest should not show on the blog page itself. That should only show when the visitor is interested in reading the entire article. So we want to insert a read more, and you can do that by using the correct button. As you can see here, the insert read more button. I click on that, and you see this gray bar which represents the read more. You see that appear. I click on save, And when I go back to my blog and refresh my page, you will see that on this particular item I get, instead of the entire article, I get a read more button. And I will do that with the other read more, or blog number 3 as well. I will place my cursor where I want to insert the read more, click on the read more and save it. Go back to my blog, and as you can see, now it starts to look a bit more like a blog. My first article shows the read more, and of course when I click on that I see the full article. Go back in my browser, and I will do the same for all the articles. And I can even do that, for instance, just at the end of a sentence. It doesn't need to be at the end of a paragraph. I'll simply put my cursor at the end of the sentence and insert the read more. That's there. Choose the other article. I'll do that very short article there. Insert the read more. Same there. Insert the read more. And the last one. Insert the read more there. I go to my blog page, and when I refresh it now, I will see that I have a good overview of my blog page, and it shows 3 short introduction texts, and if I'm interested in that article I can click on the read more button and I'm going to that particular article. And when I go to, at the bottom, the next page, I will see that here are the other blogs. So now only 3 are showing, and they're kind of stacked on top of each other, and that is where we can configure a lot in the so-called backend. So when I go to the menus, and in this case it's the main menu, and I go to my blog menu, on the right side we have the parameters, basics, and we have a few settings which we can use here. It shows leading. Leading is the article that will show, despite of how many columns we choose, the article that will show in full horizontal way. And then if we click under columns and say I want it to show in 2 columns, what happens is the leading article will be 1 column wide, as in the full width of the page, and then the intro items are those that follow under the leading item, which will show in the amount of columns that we have set. So in this case, on the blog page, it will show 1 a leading item and 2 following items. The following introduction items will show in 2 columns, and the number of links are 4. And what are the number of links? Those are these items, the more articles there. So if there are 20 more pages, these will only show 4. So I could change links into 99, and if I have 99 other articles, this list will be very long. So I've now got leading in 1, introduction in 2, and columns 2, and I will click on apply because I will be back here later. I click on blog, and as you can see, what happens here is this is the leading item, as I mentioned, in full horizontal, and then the 2 intro items in 2 columns, as you can see here. And I can change that around the way I want it. I want intro items to be, and I would suggest if you have 2 columns to make intro an even number, I want it to be 4 introduction items. So 1 leading item and 4 intro items leads to 5 articles on a blog page. So if I refresh that, you will see that 1 my leading item, and here are 4 intro items. And there is still more at the bottom of the page by going to the next blog page, and there's only one item left, so that automatically becomes the only item that shows. So what I will do is I will go back to my content, my article manager, and I will copy so that I have a bunch of blog items. There we go. Now you can see at the bottom, pagination, I've got a bunch of articles on several pages. So when I go back to my main menu, go to my blog again, I can now make intro, say 12 articles, and my links to say 99. So if I refresh my blog page, you will see that I get a nicely stacked blog page with a leading item and all kinds of short articles for my blog pages. And as you can see, a lot of more articles here and even more pages there. So that is all we can show here. If I don't want any links at all, I will just put it on 0, click on apply, and you can see the more articles link totally disappears, and the only thing that is left is the so-called pagination. So that is how you can work with a blog on your website and make it appealing for visitors to have a good overview of different articles and go into an article if they want to literally read more about those articles. Thank you for watching.